Section 5 at the start of our Ravel lesson today. Okay, you've got Y in the clarinet. So the top line at figure 5, you've got a Y. You've got a G in the bass, in the piano and in the bassoon. And that is then going against an A flat in the piano. In the right hand piano part, and then in the cello line, which is one line up from the bottom, you've got an A. So overall there you've got a G chord, you've got A flat in the right hand piano, and you've also got an A there. So you've got G flat, A flat, G, A flat and A. So it's separated, yeah? Yeah? And then it rises up a tone for the next bar along. You've got figure Y again, and it's all a little bit higher.
Where's Y, sorry?
Y is the clarinet part, and it's there again, yeah, in the next bar. In figure Y. All of this is rising up in pitch, and he keeps moving up in pitch, building up until we get to 71, which is the end of page 53. End of page 53, which is the next page. You've got the whole orchestra for this movement playing at the end of bar 71 over on a G sharp minor chord there. G sharp minor chord at the end of bar 71. Turn the page over then, the pitch falls down to G in the bass at the first bar of page 54, goes down to G there. It's down to G in the first bar of page 54 in the bass. Second bar of 54, page 54, is an F, because it's gradually sliding its way down from G sharp to the G, through F and into figure 6, where it lands in E major, which is the home key of this movement. Okay, so we've got to figure 6, we've settled into E major, and this is the A section coming back. So it's the movements in ternary form. We've had the opening A section. We had a B section there where it was all the build-up and all the chromatic stuff. A big climax at the end of the B section. And then we land back in E major at figure 6 when the A theme comes back in. How is this A section different from the opening A section?
He's using demi-semi-quaver. The tune isn't in the piano anymore.
Tune isn't in the piano anymore. No, piano's got demi-semi-quavers. Good. Who's got the tune?
The French horn.
No.
The cor anglais.
The cor anglais. Yeah, so the fourth line down from the top starts the theme straight away at figure 6 and carries the theme in a really very long solo.
I feel like he likes the cor anglais. What's a cor anglais?
It's an enlarged oboe.
Oh.
I can bring one in for you to look at if you want.
Okay. I want to see it.
It's got like a bulbous end to it. If I remember, I'll bring one in next week.
Is it on that board?
There is one on the cartoon, but it's not particularly great on the red poster in the top left-hand corner. Cor anglais, richer, fairly low-pitched sound that carries melody really well. If you know the like the Hovis bread advert.
Yeah.
That was played by the cor anglais as well. Okay, so we're in E major. Theme is in the cor anglais. Then the piano has these scalic, so it's not quite exact scales, but we call them scalic figures in the demi-semi-quavers on the piano. It's really just a big decoration, and the left hand of the piano is still doing our cha-cha, that one part that makes it feels like it's in 6/8 in the left hand of the piano. Yeah, other big difference, this version of A compared to the first version of A, we have got a little bit more of the strings in the orchestra playing. This gives it a slightly more interesting feel. Yes, a nice sustained string parts, moving by step, but otherwise very, very similar to the opening A section. Okay, on to page 57, so it does just kind of run its course here. Page 57, and you've got bar 90 on the bottom system. So the bar before figure 8. Bar before figure 8, if you just look at the left hand of the piano, there is a sudden change there. Just for that one note, he's added in an extra bass note rather than the full cha-cha in the right hand, and that happens also in the third bar of figure 7, which is on the previous page. Page before it, third bar of figure 7. Okay, runs its way through to figure 9. The cor anglais finishes figure A with a trill at the end of figure 8. You can see at the bar before figure 9. We've got the trill in the cor anglais there. And then we suddenly land on the sub-mediant of E major. So we suddenly land in C sharp major at figure 9.
C sharp
major. Okay, so we're in C sharp major at figure 9. In the harp part, so you can see the little circles above the notes, meaning that they're playing harmonics. You've also got figure Y appearing. So Y in the harp part there 3 times. And the other change is here at figure 9, we've dropped all the strings. We're not going to use the strings until the actual coda, and it's just piano and woodwind with the harp. It's piano, wind and harp at this point, with some brass in it as well. So piano, wind and harp. So no strings, just as the A section comes to an end. And what we've got here, if you remember in the first A section, there was a whole page of piano. Then just before the A section finished, we had that bit where the strings came in and the flutes and the oboe and clarinet all played a solo. Do you remember that bit? So we've got that at the end of A section here again. So the flute, just in the start of figure 9, virtually echoes what it had in the first time round. And again, it transfers it to the oboe, but this time transfers it to the cor anglais rather than the clarinet. But it's a very similar pattern.
The end of the A section.
So it's the end of the A section. And the A section finishes at figure 10. Figure 10 to the end, then you've just got 6 bars and it's the coda. And it lands in the coda in the tonic. So the whole 6 bars is actually based on the tonic in the bass with some chord movement over the top. You've got a B trill all the way through on the piano. Which note is B if we're in E major? Dominant. So you've got a dominant trill there. And one other interesting thing, or 2 things. In the violin part, it says Sordini, so they put the mutes back on at figure 10, and you've got that idea of 3, 2, 1. one other thing that you've got is in the bassoon parts. Now this is figure 10, second bar, third bar of figure 10, bassoon part, so it says FAG at the start of the line. You've got a Z there from movement 1. And then Italian term right in the very last bar, it says, you can barely make it out, perdend or perdenst, which literally just means dying away.
Is that... oh, that's supposed to be a diminuendo in the middle of the bars there?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Because the score is quite old, it's quite difficult to make out. So it literally really dies away to the very end. The sustain chord, which again is supposed to feel like it dies away. Very, very quiet, very gentle ending to an otherwise gentle movement.